Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Jai Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Pramanande. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Gita Sasram Idam Punyam Yapadet Prayate Puman Vishnu Padam Avapnoti Vayasokadi Varjita Gita Dhyayana Salasya Pranayama Parasya Cha Naivam Shanti Papani Purvajanma Kritaricha Maline Mochanam Pumsam Jalasnanam Dine Dine Sakre Gita Maltasnanam Samsara Malanasanam Gita Sugita Kartavya Kimane Sasra Vistare Ya Swayam Padmanabhascha Mukar Padma Vinishrite Bharatamrita Sarvasam Vishnur Bhaktram Vinishriyate Gita Gangodakam Pritva Punarjanmana Vidyate Sarvopani Sadogavo Doktam Gopalanandana Patasnabdhirbhukta Gita Gopamartam Ritam Ekam Sasram Deviki Putra Gitam Eko Devo Deviki Putra Hiva Eko Mantra Tasya Namani Yani Karmapi Ekam Tasya Devasya Seva. So these are the glorification of the Bhagavad Gita sung by Adi Sankara. So he says in the glorification that if anybody seriously take to the teaching of Bhagavad Gita, they become free from all kinds of fear. And the second verse he says, by seriously practicing the teaching of Bhagavad Gita, our previous life karma will be nullified and easily we attain peace and happiness in our life. The third verse he says, to cleanse this material body we are bathing with the normal water. Bhagavad Gita is compared to the Ganges water. By bathing in the Ganges water of Bhagavad Gita, all the karma will be taken away from us. In the fourth sloka he has said that at the present moment at Kali Yuga, people generally won't have that kind of interest in reading the Bhagavad Gita, and generally they also won't have that kind of time to read many Vedic literatures. But there is no requirement to read many other Vedic literatures. Reading Bhagavad Gita alone will be good enough to gain all the benefit one can gain by reading all other scriptures, because Bhagavad Gita was spoken by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In the fifth sloka, he says that in India, Bharatvarsha, there's a beautiful holy river, Ganga is flowing. Whoever takes bath in Ganga, they become free from all kinds of karma, because the Ganges water emanated from the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. Similarly, by taking bath in the Ganges water of Bhagavad Gita, one gains the same benefit of bathing in the Ganga, just like the Ganga emanated from the lotus feet of the Lord. The Bhagavad Gita is emanated from the lotus mouth of the Lord. In the sixth sloka, he says, of all the Vedic literature, Bhagavad Gita is considered to be the essence, the Upanishad. And Bhagavad Gita is like a cow, and Krishna is like a cowherd boy milking this cow of Bhagavad Gita and distributing this milk to the devotees like Arjun around the world. And finally, he says that in time to come, that the entire world will be seeking for one Vedic literature. The Bhagavad Gita will become one scripture for the entire world. People will be looking for only one God to be worshipped, and Krishna will become the Supreme Lord for the entire human society. And people will be seeking for one duty, and duty towards Krishna becomes the prime duty of the entire human society. And people will be seeking for one mantra, the chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. In this way, he has given the greatest glorification for the learning and practicing of Bhagavad Gita. Any intelligent person, if they got a little bit of intelligence, they will understand there are easiest way for us to become happy and peaceful in our life. Currently, the entire human society is seeking for happiness and peace, but they do not know how to gain this happiness and peace in their life. They're thinking by hard labor, by working hard, by becoming center of the attraction of this world. They think they may gain some happiness and peace. But as the easiest way, simply by reading Bhagavad Gita every day, by reciting at least one sloka a day, definitely that will bring a greatest benefit for the human society. In this way, 5,000 years ago, the Supreme Lord came to the world with the greatest message for the ultimate benefit of the human society. And there are 18 chapters in Bhagavad Gita and 700 verses. Now today, we are going to look into the chapter 4, text 8, the chapter entitled Transcendental Knowledge. Paritranaya sadhunam Paritranaya sadhunam Vinasaya cha duskritam Vinasaya cha duskritam Dharma samstapanarthaya Dharma samstapanarthaya Sambhavami yuge yuge Sambhavami yuge yuge Paritranaya sadhunam Vinasaya cha duskritam Dharma samstapanarthaya Sambhavami yuge yuge Paritranaya sadhunam Vinasaya cha duskritam Dharma samstapanarthaya Sambhavami yuge yuge. Paritranaya, for the deliverance. Sadhunam, of the devotees, vinasaya, for the annihilation, cha, also, duskritam, of the miscreants, dharma, principle of religion, samstapanahartaya, to re-establish, sambhavami, I do appear, yuge, millennium, yuge, after millennium. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation: in order to deliver the pious and to annihilate the miscreants, as well as to re-establish the principles of religion, I advent myself millennium after millennium. Purport: according to Bhagavad Gita, a sadhu, holy man, is a man in Krishna consciousness. A person may appear to be irreligious, but if he has a qualification of Krishna consciousness, wholly and fully, is to be understood to be a sadhu. And duskritam applies to one who doesn't care for Krishna consciousness. Such miscreants or duskritam are described as foolish and the lowest of mankind, even though they may be decorated with mundane education, whereas another person who is 100% engaged in Krishna consciousness is accepted as sadhu, even though such a person may neither be learned nor well cultured. As far as the atheistic are concerned, it is not necessary for the Supreme Lord to appear as is to destroy them, as he did with the demon Ravana and Kamsa. The Lord has many agents who are qualified, competent to vanquish demons, but the Lord especially discerned to appease his unalloyed devotees who are always harassed by the demonic. The demon harasses the devotees, even though the latter may happen to be his kin. Although Prahlad Maharaj was the son of Hiranyakasipu, he was nonetheless persecuted by his father. Although Devaki, the mother of Krishna, was the sister of Kamsa, she and her husband Vasudeva were persecuted only because Krishna was to be born of them. So Lord Krishna appeared primarily to deliver Devaki rather than kill Kamsa. But both were performed simultaneously. Therefore it is said here that to deliver the devotees and vanquish the demon miscreant, the Lord appears in different incarnations. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita of Krishnadas Kaviraj, the following verses summarize these principles of incarnation. Sritiye tuye murti prapancha avatare se Isvara murti avatara namadhare mayathita paravyome savara avasthana visve avatari dhare avatara nama. The avatara or incarnation of Godhead descend from the kingdom of God for material manifestation. And the particular form of the personality of Godhead who so descends is called incarnation or avatara. Such incarnations are situated in the spiritual world, the kingdom of God. When they descend to the material creation, they assume the name avatara. There are various kinds of avatara, such as the Purusha avatara, Guna avatara, Lila avatara, Sakti Vish avatara, Manvantar avatara, and Yuga avatara, all appearing on schedule all over the universe. But Lord Krishna is the primeval Lord, the fountainhead of all avatars. Lord Sri Krishna descends for the specific purposes of mitigating the anxieties of the pure devotees who are very anxious to see him in his original Vrindavan pastimes. Therefore, the prime purpose of Krishna avatara is to satisfy his unalloyed devotees. The Lord says that He incarnates Himself in every millennium. This indicates that He incarnates also in the age of Kali. As stated in Srimad-Bhagavatam, the incarnation in the age of Kali is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who spread the worship of Krishna by the Sankirtan movement, congregational chanting of the holy name, and spread Krishna consciousness throughout India. He predicted that this culture of Sankirtana would be broadcast all over the world, from town to town and village to village. Lord Chaitanya, as the incarnation of Krishna, the personality of Godhead, is described secretly but not directly in the confidential parts of the revealed scripture, such as the Upanishads, Mahabharata, Bhagavatam, etc. The devotees of Lord Krishna are much attracted by the Sankirtana movement of Lord Chaitanya. This avatara of the Lord does not kill the miscreants, but delivers them by the causeless mercy of the Lord. Om Ajnanatimmarandasya Jnananjano Salakaya Chakshurhanmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Rati Vandeham Sri Gurun Sri Yuttapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sangrajatam Sahagano Raghunatan Vidam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saidam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sarvisakan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopisa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrisabhanos Devi Pranamami Aripriye Vanchakalpatrubhyascha Kripasindubhya evecha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavabhyo Namo Namaha. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Vande Nantadbhutaiswaryam Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhum Nichopyat Prasadarshat Bhakti Sastra Pravartaka Paritranaya Sadhunam Vinasaya Cha Duskritam Dharma Samstapanartaya Sambhavami Yuge Yuge. In order to deliver the pious and to annihilate the miscreants, as well as to re-establish the principle of religion, I advance myself millennium after millennium. So here, by the mercy of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, we have got this great opportunity to come and sit in the association of the devotees to hear some of the important message brought by the Supreme Personality of Godhead personally about 5,000 years ago. Previous to this verse, it says, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyudanam adharmasya tadatmanam sujamya aham. Whenever and wherever there are decline in religious practice, and at that moment Krishna says it descends to this world to re-establish the principle of religion. The problem at the moment in the entire world, day by day there are many organizations, many temples, many so-called religious philosophers are established. By day we see the problems of the world are increasing. One of the Halwar from South India, He says, Ingu illai panbu pol vitruthal tannudiya. He says that there is no lackingness of anything in this world. He says there are plenty of schools around, plenty of colleges around, university around. There are many people are educated in the world at the current moment. But unfortunately, to find somebody with a good character, whom we can trust and put our faith, is very difficult to see. In this way, in the human society, due to the negligence of the principle of dharma, they have created all kinds of trouble and difficulties, even within the own home. People don't even know whether their brothers, their sisters, husband and wife, the family members, whether are they truly their friend or enemy. When the difficult comes, people throw away, they don't care whether it's the family members. Somewhere or other, people have become very selfish to see their own benefit, and they put their enjoyment of life in the center of everything in their life. In this way, human being has become a two-legged animals in this world. Ahara nidra bhaya maitunam cha samanyam eter pasubir naranam dharme teso avitka viseso dharmena yena pasubir samanam. It is said that the activities between animals and human beings are almost very common, very same. The human being are eating, the animals also eating. We, the human being, we also sleeping, the animals also sleep. And the human being, they also mating, the animals also mating. And the human being try to protect, defend their life. The animals also doing. So in a way, we look at the life of animal and human being, we do not see much of difference. The only difference is that dharme iteso avitka viseso, the dharma, the principle of religion, that only thing differentiate between animals and human being. If a human being fail to understand the principle of religion, if they fail to follow, practice the principle of religion, and they are not different from animals themselves. In this way, Krishna is bringing the principle of religion for the entire benefit of the human society. Everybody wanted the world to be peaceful. Everybody wanted the world to be happy. Everybody wanted the world to be very progressive. But all these things are only possible when the world can have a good population. You cannot talk about peace, you cannot talk about happiness, you cannot talk about progressive lifestyle if the human society, the citizen, the population are living worse than the animals in the world. At least at the present moment, we can see that some animals got some principles in their life, but human being in the so-called advancement of science, so-called advancement of economic development, they behaving worse than animals in their life. So somewhere or other, this is what Arjuna also refused to fight in the battlefield earlier, because Arjuna wants to protect the principles of dharma in a family. Arjuna is saying the family foundation is very, very important. Today, we travel around to the Western world, we travel around to the European Union, we see the people of this country, the Europeans and Westerners, they are very much advanced in many ways. But unfortunately, almost most of them are failure in their goal, pursuing the goal of human life. They're simply living like animals, only interested in eating, sleeping, mating and defending. Somewhere or other, even though they advance with the economic development, with the scientific advancement, somewhere or other very difficult, hardly to see anybody in the European Union, in the Western world are very happy about their life. because the very family foundation which is needed for the betterment of the world, they have destroyed the family foundation in the pursuance of so-called material advancement. That is why Arjuna told Krishna in the chapter 1, text 39, Kulasaye pranasyanti kula dharma sanatana dharma nastam kula Krishna adharmo bibhavati uthat. Arjuna told Krishna, by the destruction of the dynasty, the family tradition will be vanquished. When the family traditions are vanquished, there will be the irreligion activities will be there in the family. Adharmabir bhavar Krishna pradusyanti kulastriya dristu virstestu vrishneya jayate varna shankara. When the irreligious activities become prominent in the family, and there will be an unwanted population in the world. Today people wonder why there are so many problems in the world. The people of America, they claim to be a first world first world country in the world. The Europeans claim to be a first world country in the world. Sometimes they compare India, Bangladesh, Pakistan to be a third world country. But the first world country, so-called first world country, if you do look at their lifestyle, they are eating meat, they are indulging in illicit sex, they are addicted to the alcohol. If you look at them, the first world country, their lifestyle, the third world country lifestyle, almost they do the same. And in what understanding, I do not know why they claim their first world country unless their lifestyle is a bit different from the third world country. And in this way here, Arjuna told Krishna, he is quite reluctant to fight because that will destroy the family foundation which is very needed for the good population of the world. According to the Manu Dharma, the law book for mankind, there are 12 kinds of children are born in the world. One is called Aurasan, second is called Setrajan, third is called Tattan, fourth is called Krutiraman, fifth is called Kudottaman, sixth is called Abhavitan, seventh is called Khanidan, eighth is called Saghodan, nine is called Kinidan, 10 is called Bahunarban, 11th is called Suyatatan, and 12th is called Parasavan. Not all the children born in the world, they are same. The children are born in the world in different ways. And the Manu, the father of mankind, he has said that there are 12 kinds of children are born in the world. And they are the problem of the world today. That is why there is needed of the samskara, janmana jayate sudra, samskara bhavadvija vedavada padarada, brahman janati iti brahmana. Simply living on the bodily concept of life. Maximum of the people in this world, they are living in the false identification. The moment you are carrying your false identification, walk around in any country, the police may catch you and throw you in the prison because you are carrying somebody else's identification. A false ego means that false identification. You don't even have your own identification. So in this way, there is a need of samskara, the principle of dharma to be followed, the purificatory process, so that the 12 children of the world were born here, and they can understand they are not this body, they are not these 24 elements of this body, they are not the ear, they are not the eyes, they are not the nose, they are not the hand or leg, or the other material elements, they are something within that body. Apareya mitaswanyam prakriti jivate param jivaloka mahabhavo jayate varnache jagat. And Lord Krishna says that you are not this body, something within this body, the soul, the aham brahmasmi. you are the part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. By performing the purificatory process according to the principle of Dharma, then we can gain back our real identity, then we can be acting truly for the progress of our life in this world. So there are 12 kinds of children. One is called Aurasan. This child is born through the legal marriage. A man meets a girl and then they legally get married and they have a child. That child is called Aurasan. But the child is not born out of the practice of the purificatory process. To begin a child, that the man and the woman should be Krishna conscious, truly spiritual, to come together, and by the conscious of Krishna they may get a child like Prahlad Maharaj who will be benefiting the entire world. So Aurasan is a child born from the legal marriage. The second child is called Setrajan, that the woman is not able to produce a child and somebody's else sperm has been injected into the womb of this lady. It's called test tube baby. So the test tube baby is not the same of the legal marriage child. The third is called Tattan, that somebody has got too many child in their family and some of their relatives may have not have a child and they donate one of the child to their sister family or brother family who don't have a child. So the child growing in another place also not same as the first and second type of child. And the fourth is called Kruti Raman, that somebody have adopted a child and they take care of the child as their own parents, and that child is called Kruti Raman. The fifth is called Kudotan, that the child is born but the mother herself do not know who is the father of the child. Just like a prostitute has gone around with a different man, and child is born, and the child is not the same as the other four childs around. That is called Kudotaman. And the sixth is called Abhavitan. This child is born and the couples don't want to keep this child and they throw the child somewhere around and somebody pick up the child and then they bring up the child. This is the sixth kind of child. The seventh is called Kanidan, that the child is born before the marriage of the couple. Is a different child. And the eighth is called Sagodan. While getting married, the woman is pregnant. So there's another child coming out. It is called Sagodan. And the ninth is called Kinidan, that they sell the child for money. Normally it happens in the third world country. And the 10th is called Bahunarban. Bahunarban is that the child is born from the second marriage of the woman. And the 11th is called Suyatatan, that the child walk around in the street, don't have a parent. He begs somebody to head up the child, then he says that I can become your good child. He himself go around try to get some parents. The 12th is called Bahunarban, a Brahmana, a spiritual person married to a Sudra lady who is not inclined towards spiritual, and the child is called Bahunarban. In this way there are 12 kinds of child are born in this world, who becomes the problem of the entire world today. So now for that reason Krishna brings the principle of religion, that all these children can be purified and the world can be united, can progress more better, peacefully, happily and spiritually by following the principle of dharma. So now Krishna says whenever and wherever there are decline in religious practice, Krishna says you will come. So there is a way to see whether a person follows the religion or does not follow. Anybody can claim they are Christian, anybody can claim they are Hindu, anybody can claim they are Muslim. But the real identification of somebody who truly follows the religion is that they follow the principle of religion. It's not merely externally put a rubber stamp that I'm a Christian, I'm a Hindu. that he follow the principle of religion been given by the Supreme Lord himself. So the Manu, the father of mankind, in the Manusmriti, he has said there are 20 principles of religion is there for entire human society to follow. Whether somebody is a Christian, a Muslim or Hindu, how to know that they are religious people is by seeing whether do they follow these 20 principles of religion. And he says, number one, he said, ahimsa, become free from violence. Anybody who call themselves as a religious person, saintly people, like Krishna he says that I come to protect the saintly people. Saintly people is not the external identification that we have to put a neck beads, we put a tilak, and somebody pray 5 times in the mosque, and somebody once a week, Sunday they go to the church and claiming I'm a very religious person. That is not the identification. The identification is that number one, they should become free from any kinds of violence. There are 3 kinds of violence is there. There are violence through the mind, there are violence through the speech, and there are violence through the physical body. So all the time if you're thinking bad about in your mind, there is a violence through the mind. When somebody performing violence through the mind, next life they'll be born as a human being. And through your speech, if you are lying, if you are agitating others, and through your speech, if you are violating, and next life we will be born as the animals. And through the physical body, if we are doing violence, kicking, punching and killing somebody, and next life will be born as a tree and plants. In this way, number one, for the religious person to become a sadhu is that number one, they should become free from violence, ahimsa. Number 2 is called satyam, truthfulness. They always should be very truthful in their life. Number 3 called asteyam, that do not aspire for the property of others. Don't steal the property of others. Number 4 called brahmacharyam. There are 5 knowledge acquiring senses: the ear, the eyes, the nose, the tongue and skin. And they should be kept under the control. Number 5th is called sama, forgiveness. Number 6 is called driti, determination. However difficult it is to follow the principle of dharma, one should be very determined to follow it. Number 7th is called daya, kindness. Kindness means let me live in the world, let me also let others to live in the world. It's not only I must live and I don't care about other people around. So number 7th principle of dharma is kindness. Number 8 is called midara, being gratefulness. There are so many people have done so many good things in our life, we should be very grateful to them. Ultimately, the Lord is providing everything for our survival in this life, and we should be grateful to Him. And number 9 is called Midara Harjavam. Number 9 is called Harjavam, simplicity. One should live very simple in their life. Simple doesn't mean you give away your house, you give away your money, give away your property. Simple means whatever you have got in your life, whether big house or small house, big car or small car, you be happy what you have got in your life. You have got it according to your previous karma of your life. The 10th is called Saucham, cleanliness. One should be very truthful inside and outside. Should not keep something inside and palatably talk something outside. So inside and outside they should be truly same. What you keep inside, that is what you should pick outside. That is called Saucham, cleanliness. And the 11th is called Arihi. One should be self-control. The 12th is called Sandosam. One should try to keep himself happy all the time. The 13th is called Dhanam, giving charity for the good cause. According to Manu, whatever you earn in your life, 1/6 belongs to the Supreme Lord. If you're earning $6, $1 should be donated for the work of the propagation of Krishna consciousness. And the 14th is called Astikyam, that one should have a great faith by following the path of Dharma. That you should have a faith that I'm following the Dharma, and dharma will come to protect me at the time is needed, and because I am trying to protect the dharma. The moment you protect the dharma, dharma will come to protect you. The 14th principle. The 15th is called Siddhanta Sravanam. When you get some opportunity, sit and hear message of Krishna for your own benefit. The 16th is called Isvara Pujanam. Every day we should do some puja, some worship to the Supreme Personality of Godhead in our own houses. And 17th is called Mati. Before you make any decision, you decide, think for at least minimum 10 times whether can I make this decision in my life. You wanted to get married, you really seriously think whether you are ready for the agreement to live together, to give up your own independent, own freedom. Once you have taken your decision, go into the agreement, and you should not blame anybody else around. So Mati means decides before you commit to anything. And the 18th is called Japa. Always one should chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And the 9th is called Tapa, austerity. That's something we give up voluntarily for the satisfaction of the Lord. We may like to go to KFC, but Krishna don't like to go there, then you give up KFC. You may like to drink alcohol, you want to smoke, but Krishna doesn't like this thing. Voluntarily, you give up this thing. That is called tapasya, austerity. And the 20th is called vrata, that fasting. And in our movement, we have got a lot of different kinds of fasting. Very soon, day after tomorrow, we will be celebrating Janmashtami festival. We will be fasting for one day. And again, the next day, we will be celebrating the Vyasa Puja of Srila Prabhupada. We will be fasting half day. And there also Kartik Vrata is there. There also Ekadashi Vrata is there. In this way, fasting is very good for the devotees. It helps to make your mind very strong. It helps to reduce the demands of the body. In this way, Manu Dharma says these are the 20 principles of Dharma one should follow. So when Krishna says whenever and wherever there are decline in the principle of Dharma, he said it comes to the world. So Krishna is only coming to re-establish the principle of Dharma, and anybody who follows the principle of Dharma, they are known as the sadhu. Anybody who neglect, reject to follow, they are known as the asadhu. They are not a sadhu at all. And Krishna is not worrying about whether you are his friend or his enemy. When the Pandavas were in the Kamyaka Vanam, in the forest of Kamyaka, they were in the exile in the forest for 13 years. And that time Krishna went to see the Pandavas. And when Krishna was talking to Arjuna, Krishna was very angry with Duryodhana. Krishna wants to kill Duryodhana. And Arjuna pacified Krishna not to do that. At that moment, Krishna told Arjuna, my dear Arjuna, there is no difference between you and me. Whoever blasphemes you, they are blaspheming me. Whoever glorifies you, they are glorifying me. There is no difference between you and me because our aim is one. I came to the world to establish Dharma, and you come to the forest to establish Dharma. My aim is Dharma, your aim is Dharma. That is why there is no difference between you and me. As long as the devotees are keeping to the principle of Dharma, and the devotees are as good as Krishna himself, there is no difference between Krishna and devotee because both the aims are only the Dharma and nothing else. Krishna told Duryodhana. Duryodhana was thinking that Krishna is simply siding Arjuna. Krishna told Duryodhana, I am siding Arjuna because Arjuna is willing to follow the principle of Dharma. The moment Duryodhana is willing to follow the principle of Dharma, Krishna says, I will be on the side of Duryodhana. There was, a Paprigan. He is the grandson of the Pandavas. Paprigan's father is Gador Gaja. Gador Gaja's father is Bhima. So when at the beginning of the war, that the war going to be started at any time, Paprigan came And then he saw that two side armies are standing. Millions of armies are standing for the fight. And Paprikan went and bowed down to Yudhishthira. And Yudhishthira asked Paprikan, who are you? Paprikan says, I'm your grandson. I'm the grandson of Bhima. And Paprikan asked Yudhishthira, what is happening here? Why all these people have gathered here? Yudhishthira said, there is going to be a big battle here. Battle against, good against evil. And they have done so much of irreligious. They were not able to follow the principle of dharma. They must be killed. So we have come to kill them. And Paprikan told Yudhishthira, why you need so many soldiers to kill them? I alone can kill them. So Yudhishthira says, how are you going to do that? Paprikan took out 2 arrows. He was keeping 2 arrows. He said, when I release 1 arrow, that will produce the reddish powder. And the reddish powder will go and touch the chest of all those who are going to die in the battlefield. In this way, he released the first arrow, and it produces the reddish color and went and touched the chest of all those people who are going to die in the battle. And he took out the second arrow. He says, now I release this arrow, and it will go and shoot all these people who have got the reddish marks on their chest. When he took out the arrow to shoot, at that moment Krishna released his Sudarshan, went and cut off the head of Paprikan. And the Pandavas became very upset with Krishna. Arjuna said, my dear Krishna, he is our man, he has come to help us. How is it possible our own man is killing our own man? That's not possible. At that moment Krishna said, there is no my man or your man. Whoever follows the principle of dharma, I am on their side. Krishna says, just like Paprikan has got some power, it doesn't mean that he can take the judgment. He can take the justice in his life to do anything he like, because he is very powerful. He got some weapon. Krishna says, Bhishma has got some weapon, he has got some power. Dronacharya has got weapon, he got some power. Everybody standing here, they have got some weapon, they got some power. Because people have got power, they got weapon, doesn't mean that anybody can take the law in their hand. They should follow the law given by the Manu itself. So in this way, Krishna says in the Bhagavad-gītā, chapter 9, 29, Samoham sarvabhutesu, that I'm not envious of anybody. Samoham sarvabhutesu namebhyasya dvasya priya e bhajanti tumam bhaktya maite tesu chapiyaham. He said, I envy nobody here, I'm not partial to anybody here, I'm equal to everybody. And whoever renders service unto me, and they are my friend, they are in me, I'm also a friend to them. Apiche suraracharo bhajante mam ananya bhaksa saiva sadhu sokrito moksha dwaram apavritam, that anybody, even however sinful they are, if they engage in spiritual activities, he said they should be considered as the devotee. Sipram bhavanti dharmatvam sasva chanti digachati kaunteya pratijane name bhakta punasyati. The chapter 9, text 31, Krishna says, my dear Arjuna, in this way, by indulging in the principle of dharma, slowly people become a devotee. And Krishna told Arjuna, you now declare all around the world that my devotee will never perish. In this way, as long we are seated on the path of dharma, we are following the principle of dharma. And here Krishna says he personally come to protect those who follow the path of dharma known as sadhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was traveling around India, and he was crossing one place where he has to pay the toll, and the toll collector was asking money from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu said, I'm a sannyasi, I don't have money. And the toll collector, he says that is not good for you. Mahaprabhu said, anyway, you cannot do anything to me because I got my family members to protect me. And one of the devotees beside Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he asked Mahaprabhu, you already have taken sannyas. Where's your family members? And Mahaprabhu says, Satyam Mata Pita Jnanam Dharmo Brata Daya Sakha Santir Padni Samaputra Sadaite Mabandhava. Mahaprabhu said there are 6 family members are living inside me. Yes, Satyam Mala, Satyam, the truthfulness is my mother. Always the mothers protect the children. Truthfulness is my mother seated in my heart. And knowledge is my father seated in my heart. And the Dharma is my brother seated in my heart. And kindness is my friend seated in my heart. And peace is my wife seated in my heart. And forgiving is my son and seated in my heart. In this way, the 6 members are seated in my heart. And anybody in the world, when they got this wonderful quality in their heart, he says that nobody can do anything to them. So that is also the message. Today Prabhupada says that Hiranyakasipu, Krishna have not come to kill Hiranyakasipu, but he has come to protect Prahlad Maharaj. In the Canto 7, Chapter 5, Text 5 of the Srimad-Bhagavatam, and Hiranyakasipu wants to know from Prahlad where he has learned this Krishna consciousness. He was in the Gurukul and he was brought to Hiranyakasipu, and Hiranyakasipu wants to know what he has learned from the Gurukul. The very first thing Prahlad Maharaj told his father, Tat sadhu manne suravarya dehinam sada samyagya dhiram asagriya idvada papam griya handa kopam manam gatam yatyarim asrayethya. Prahlad Maharaj says, my dear father, Prabhupada called him a demon, a sadhu. Prahlad says, my dear demoniac father, those who have come to this temporary material world, accepted the temporary materialistic way of life, they are always very miserable in their life. Like a man fallen in the dark well, there is no water. He says, my dear father, you have got everything in your life, but still you are not happy about life. Hiranyakasipu had everything. That he has got the boon from Brahma, that he cannot be killed inside the residence or outside the residence. He cannot be killed at the doorstep. He cannot be killed on the sky or in the ground. He cannot be killed daytime or nighttime. He cannot be killed any weapons produced by Brahma. He cannot be killed by human being. Cannot be killed by animal. He got all this blessing, all this boon. And he has got all the material opulences. Still he was not happy in his life. Always in a great anxiety. So Prahlad Maharaj told his father, you better go to Vrindavan. There's a forest called Vrindavan. And you go there. And when you go to Vrindavan, he says that there is a Supreme Personality of Godhead there. You go and surrender to him. Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Mandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam. When you go to Vrindavan, and you go and hear the message of Krishna, and you chant the message of Krishna, and you remember the message of Krishna, and you worship the lotus feet of Krishna, you do the worship puja for Krishna, you glorify Krishna, you be the servant of Krishna, be the friend of Krishna, ultimately you give yourself to Krishna. This is what will make you happy in your life. So somewhere or other, the human society have lost the real meaning, the real purpose of life. There was a man and his wife, they went to the vegetable market to buy vegetable. At that time there was a guru and his disciple also went to the vegetable market to buy vegetable. So while they were buying vegetable, the husband and wife, they had little bit argument. And the argument became very great, very strong. And at that moment, the husband got angry, he raised his hand and then he slapped his wife. At that moment, the sadhu, his guru, standing just next to them. His disciple also standing next to him. So when the man, he slapped his wife, he looked and then he saw the sadhu, Guruji is there. And he told the sadhu, I'm very sorry that I have to slap my wife in front of you. But my wife is not a good lady. She always very talkative. He agitates me. I get angry. And as a man, I have to control my wife. I slapped her. Is it wrong, Swamiji? He says, you are right, you can go. And he left ready. Then the wife told the Swamiji, Swamiji is no good, you only hear from one side of the story, you also listen to me. This man is not a very good husband, he's a very lazy fellow. He doesn't go to any work, he's always drinking alcohol, he don't even know what is the duty of a man in the house. A man means he should be behaving like a man. He should be taking the responsibility of the house and make sure that the wife are taken care, the children are taken care. But this guy is very lazy, never do anything. Which lady will never become angry when she has got this kind of husband? That is why I get agitated and try to correct him, and then he become angry and beat me. Is it wrong, Swamiji? I try to remind him about his duty of life. The Swamiji says, you are right, you can go back. So to the man, Swamiji said, you are right. To the wife, he said, you are right, go back. And they left ready. Now the disciple, he was very confused about the Guru's answer. The disciple, he inquired from the Guru, Swamiji, I'm very confused now. So the Guru asked him, what you are confused of? He said, no, to the man you said you are right, you can go. And to his wife you said you are right, you can go. So I do not know who's right. I do not know who's right here. And the Swamiji said, you also right. And he got more confused. Swamiji, you're confusing me. He said, why, what is there to be confused? The Swamiji asked the disciple, where do we have come today? He said, we came to the market. Why we came to the market? We came to buy vegetable. So we come to buy vegetable, we should buy vegetable and go back. Counseling is another place. We have not come to counsel any husband or wife in the market. So in a way that human society have forgotten. There are principle is given in their life. Why the principle is given? Because the human society has got 5 depths in their life. For that reason they are taking birth, dying, taking birth and dying. We are coming into the cycle of birth and death because all of us, we have got 5 depths in our life. That been mentioned in the Srimad-Bhagavatam, Canto 11, Chapter 5, Text 41. Devarisi bhutapta nirnimpintiramna kinkaro nayam chandanicharajan sarvatmanaya saranam saranyam gatom mukundam pariharitya kartam. Then number 1, we are indebted to the demigods, the 33 million demigods. They are providing everything for our survival here under the order of Krishna. We are today seated here, we are using the electricity, we are using the fan, we are using everything here. But we are not paying any of the, we are paying everything to the government. A similar way, the Mother Nature, the nature is providing the sunlight, is providing the moonlight, is providing the grains, the soil. So, but we are not paying anything back to the nature. So in this way, we are indebted to the demigods. Number 2, we are indebted to the sages, the gurus. The gurus come and give us a lot of information how to come out from the cycle of repeated birth and death, and we do not follow what they say, then we are indebted to the gurus. And the 3 is that we are indebted to the forefathers. Our parents have sacrificed their life to give us a better life. And our forefathers have sacrificed so many things in our life. Somewhere or other we are not properly giving back anything to them, so we are indebted to the forefathers. Number 4, we are indebted to the other human being. We are mixing with so many people around. Giving and taking is going on. So we are indebted to the human being also. Number 5, we are indebted to the animals. Today, wherever people build their houses, they have to dig the soil to make their houses. And there are so many other the living entities are already living there, and you kill the living entities to put up your own house. When you're walking, you're stepping into so many living entities, whether you're drinking water, whether you're breathing in. We are killing so many living entities. In this way, we are also indebted to the animals. So we, the human being, have got 5 kind of debts in our life. And human life been given so that we can pay off these 5 kind of debts by surrendering to Govinda, Krishna. Gato Mukundam pariharitya kartam. When we surrender to Krishna, follow the principle of religion given by the Lord, then we become free from the 5 kinds of debts in our life. Somewhere or other, we are not doing any of these things because human society don't even know why they have taken birth in this world. They don't even know what is the purpose of living in this world. They don't even know after death where we are going from here. They don't have any clue about anything about their life. Yet they claim they are the very advanced society in the world. So in this way, the human beings are living hope against hope. They're hoping that everything will become good without following the principle of dharma. There was a dog living in the rich man's house, and there was another street dog is always going and coming, and the rich man's house, the doors are open, the gates are open. Anytime the rich man's dog can run away from there. No need to be under the control of anybody around. So the street dog once told the dog, the rich man's dog, always sitting in the house, not running away from there. One time the street dog told the rich man's dog, the gates are open, why not you run away from there? You can be freely move around. And the rich man's dog said, no, I got a reason to stay here. And the street dog asked, what is your reason? I heard one conversation between the rich man and his daughter. The daughter of the rich man, she fall in love with the driver of the house, and the rich man is very angry, and he told his daughter, one day I will be able to get you married to the house dog, not to that man. So the father promised that he may marry me to his daughter. So in this way, people are living hope against hope, but the hope is not going to come unless you follow the principle of dharma as given by the Supreme Lord. In this way, we got very great opportunity to come in Krishna conscious movement by the blessing of Prabhupada and by chanting the holy name of the Lord, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And slowly we will know that we are already following the principle of dharma. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, Prakasananda Saraswati, Trayo Veda Sadangani Chandamsi Vividasura, Sarva Astak Sarasatam Sanyatapi Vanmayam Sarva Vedanda Sarada. He said that all the essence of the Vedas are in the chanting of the 16 words of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So in this way, Mahaprabhu brought the simplest process so that we can be engaged in the principle of dharma by always chanting the holy name of the Lord and remaining in the association of the devotees. Thank you so much for being here today. And today's message is very simple. Krishna came here to spread the principle of dharma, because the principle of dharma will keep the family foundation very strong, and the family foundation will bring a good population in the world, which is very, very important for the ultimate peace and happiness of the world. And in this way, there are 20 principles has been given for the human society to follow. By following this thing, we also become free from the 5 kinds of debts. And to follow it, very simply, Mahaprabhu have come that if you chant the holy name of Krishna, automatically the principle of religion will follow you. So he made it very simple for us to do. So thank you so much for being here today. Anybody has got any questions, any doubts here? Yeah, Prabhuji.
Even though Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead, came to establish the religious principles, it appears that quite soon after he departed, the Kali Yuga started and the religion went, this day by day, it's decreasing.
Yeah.
The religious principles, everything which is good in human society. Can you elaborate?
Yeah, next few days I'm going to speak here. And I'm going to speak, how Narada Muni went and made the same complaint. The Narada Muni went back to the Lord. And he says, after you departed, that, again, the principle of religion been disturbed. People are not following. And there's a beautiful conversation between Mother Ganga and Krishna. When Krishna was leaving Mother Ganga, she held the lotus feet of Krishna. She complained the same thing. She said, what is going to happen to me? There are many people going to come and bathe in my river because, Kali Yuga will be full of, all these demons will be around. So Krishna also answered something over that side. And there is an answer to this question where you will follow. Tomorrow morning I'm giving Bhagavatam. Tomorrow night I'll be giving the Gita class again. So we'll cover most of this thing. And even in the Canto 1, Chapter 1, Text 10, Sutta Goswami, Saunaka Rishi have asked Sutta Goswami, he said, Prayena Paisa Sabya Kalavasmin Yugajana. He said in the Kali Yuga that, there are many defects in human's life. He said generally people, duration of their lifespan will be reduced. And number 2, that, there will be argument and fight between people. Number 3, people become very lazy. Number 4, they will be misguided. And number 5, that, they will be very disturbed all the time. And number 6, they will become very, very unlucky. And then he said, Buri Niburi Karmani Srutavya Vibhagasa in the Canto 1, Chapter 1, Text 11, he says, now in Kali Yuga, there are so many, defects are going to be there. And people will not have the time to go through all the Vedic literature. So please tell me the essence, one thing where people can be protected. So that also will be there. So next few days we will cover all those things. It's a big subject matter and very important question you have asked. Hopefully we will cover. Anything else? Yeah, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. You gave exactly a hint at the end about this question. You said that when we chant Hare Krishna, we know that we are also following Dharma.
Yeah.
And sometimes a little difficult in certain situations. What is the best way to know that we're following Dharma actually?
Well, there are 2 things only. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya says, that he says that samsara sarpa riste murchitanam kalau yuge ausadin bhagavam nama tasmad vaishnava sevanam. He says that out of many practice of Krishna consciousness, he said 2 things become the most important. One is to always chant Hare Krishna. Second is always to remain in the service of the Vaishnava. So whether you are doing properly or not, you have to be in the association of the Vaishnavas. The Vaishnavas are very kind. They will be able to assist you to do it properly. So there are 2 things you cannot give up. One is the chanting of the holy name of the Lord. Second is that always remain in the association of devotees. The moment you go away from the association of devotees, that is in the story of Bharat Maharaj. Prabhupada says for 2 reasons a devotee can fall. For 2 reasons only a person can fall from Krishna consciousness. He said one is that he keep away from the association of Vaishnavas. Bharat Maharaj is very advanced devotee, but he kept away from the association of the devotees. He became attached to the deer. So Prabhupada said 2 reasons only a person can fall down. One is that to keep away from the association of devotees. Number 2, offending the devotees. So if you can keep a good association and chant the holy name, and you remain here forever in Krishna consciousness. Very easy only. Actually Krishna consciousness is very easy. We are complicating everything. Smartavyam satatam Vishnu vismartavyam na jatuchi. There are only 2 principles in Krishna consciousness. One is to always remember Krishna and never forget Krishna. Second principle. All the rules and regulations are meant to assist you, help you to always remember Krishna and never forget. But unfortunately, there are people who have taken the rules very bigger than the principle being remembered by Krishna. So anything else? Yeah, Prabhuji.
Could I just maybe a follow-up question? Thank you for this answer. And if maybe in even devotee association where the devotees and myself also trying to chant Hare Krishna, there still might be some different opinions.
Yeah.
So in that case, how does one know that it's the path Krishna wants?
Well, there can be many opinions. A person doesn't become a leader unless he got a different opinion. Prabhupada said, Darko Pratishta Srutevya Yena. He says that you cannot establish the principle of dharma by argument, by fight. He said that Mahajano yena kadasa panta. Dharmasya tattvam nihitam guhayam. The deep meaning of dharma is situated in the heart of the Mahajan, the heart of an advanced devotee. You cannot simply by reading the book that we can understand everything. The deep meaning of the dharma is situated in the heart of a pure devotee. So you should look for an advanced devotee, take shelter of that person and you learn from him. So there are many kinds of devotees are coming and going. Those who are, kanishta mentally, you should honor them. Those who are madhyam, you should bow down and offer your obeisances. Those who are uttama, advanced, you should take shelter and conduct your Krishna consciousness under their guidance. So hopefully we can cover some of these things, Sastra Yukti Suni Puna Drida Brdavan. Uttama Adhikari say, Taraye Samsara. That Uttama Adhikari, he can clear you from the samsara, from the cycle of repeated birth and death. And what is his qualification? So we should understand all these things. And accordingly we move around in Krishna consciousness. And we are protected and will be advancing very nicely. Okay, thank you so much for being here. Hare Krishna, Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Nitai Gaura Pramanande. Jai Prabhupada ki Jai.